Sometimes, the scariest moments from our childhood defies explanation. It could be from not only unexpected places, but your favorite things. Like that fucking guy from Tiny Toons. I just hate it. Especially because Tiny Toons is one of my favorite games. It's not too hard, but you gotta stay on your toes. It has some of the most captivating sprite work I've seen for 1980s city stages, yet at the same time has some of the... God damn it! It has some of the worst level design that I've seen. No, not like enemy placement level design. More just like design level design. Like, some places are needlessly ugly, others rank among my favorites, and they all somehow stay aesthetically similar. Now, city stages are among my favorite bits of set dressing you can slap in a game. Sure, the background leaves a little to be desired, like, the background. But once you get to the junkyard, something about it just clicks with me. This has always been one of the most iconic city designs for me. It's simple, really simple, but it does a lot with so little. I used to put this game on just to get to this point. The ending just straight sucks, so this really was the highlight of the game. For some reason, actual cities hit different, so despite how good Cyberpunk City was, that's not what this is about. This was going to be about games from my childhood that still give me anxiety attacks. Then I realized that would mean playing several games that make me unreasonably nervous to downright terrified. Then spend hours editing the footage and talking about every single part that creeps me out. So yay! Starlight Zone. Starlight Zone is not only my favorite city stage in any video game, it's my favorite stage in general. The music, the mood, everything about it's perfect. But often, the idea of a place never holds up once you get there. So, what exactly is Starlight Zone like? Well, it's located on scenic South Island. Starlight Zone is a bright, vibrant metropolis. Still under construction, so even actively in use buildings can be seen framed with these green girders. It's not completely clear what these platforms will become. The abundance of streetlights and potted plants lends me to think it's some sort of elevated walkway. That said, we can't rule out a bumper car track, as the Sonic world seems pretty fond of them. If we take a step further away from the city, you can see later they completed it. And it wraps around the city proper, so it's safe to assume it serves a role as a city park for the people stuck inside such a massive urban environment. The majority of South Island is still ancient ruins and mountains full of precious gems, so you have to imagine access to non-protected and non-commercial land would be at a premium. Plus, you can always drive over to Green Hill Zone on your off days. So these little walkway parks would be more than enough to give a small bit of comfort to the residents on a daily basis. We do see a glimpse from inside the city as well in Gigalopolis Zone. Just not as much as we would like, so it's still kind of hard to get a decent feel for the place. But if we ever get the feel for any city we don't live in, does it matter? I just really like the look of an organic and growing cityscape, probably why I'm so drawn to the in-development look here. It's a calm, quiet night walk, unlike the absolute living nightmare that is Yo Noid's idea of city life. Set in New York City.
New York City!
Yes. New York City, which is, honestly, in so many games, I was debating on just calling it Yo Noid City, or at least the Noid District. But that's semantics to be tackled on a video-by-video basis. It's a visual feast for sure. Every stage here is absolutely beautiful. Too bad, if you're actually playing it, you won't have a chance to take in the sights. This game is hard as hell, and there's no logical reason for me to love it as much as I do, so I can only blame the city theme for dragging me back here almost every weekend of my childhood. Unlike other generic city settings, you'll get to see more specialized parts of New Noid City, aside from just the frighteningly unkempt sewers and easy access rooftops. You get to spin by the docks, the boardwalk, and even kickflip all across Central Park. Sure, there are carnivals and ice rinks and warehouses and other buildings you run through, but that muddies the waters for what's considered a city stage. As for the Gyropack areas, well, that's more city adjacent than I'd feel comfortable putting in with the rest. Heck, even sewer stuff feels more or less like it should be cut from the discussion. But sewers pretty much only appear in cities after all. Like a subway stage is clearly a city, whereas say a train station could be anywhere. So the implications of a place being urban plus whatever the previous stages were, that tends to be the deciding factor when it comes to the relevancy for inclusion in the coveted Best Cities and Sewers quarterly list. Now, the real charm of a place like Starlight Zone is the fact that it's not New York City. Even if I think the city design is better, I don't give the city itself much thought. I know New York. Starlight Zone is a complete unknown, so any glimpse or hint at what life is like there fascinates. I'm always scouring the background looking for shops and restaurants, theaters, or little secrets anytime I'm running through a fully fictional city. Something that faux New York will never offer. Well, I've been meaning to do something on city stages for a while now because of how much I love them and all, but I don't see there ever being much of a chance to talk about them in any real capacity. So consider this a little experiment in what to put in these videos. That, and honestly, I just needed to test the editor program and see if I fixed what was causing it to crash. So I kind of just rambled this one out in one go. Until next time, an extra special thank you to our Patreon supporters, and a normal thank you to everyone else. Stay comfy.